Okay.
Okay. Are we recording? Okay,
Yep.
excellent. Welcome to the demo day on the 9th of what is it now? September 2020. All of
Wait,
time
it's
is
not the
melded
9th. It's
together.
the 4th.
Hmm? Is it the 9th? Ah, yeah, it's the 4th. It's the 4th of the
We don't
9th,
know what
not the
date it
9th of the
is.
4th. Yeah, it's all, well, like I was saying, all time has now melded together thanks to the corona outbreak and the lockdowns that now have us running on, sort of like a person who had a stroke who now has like control of most of their body back except the one arm.
Yeah.
That's
how the world feels
something
right
to
now.
that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of like how it feels right now. It's anyway, let me not get distracted there. Yeah, so some quick Foundry news. So next week our beloved leader here, Logan, will be, he will be deporting himself to Estonia. Hopefully he will only be deporting himself once. No one else will be deporting him either. So he'll probably be incommunicado for a good stretch of the first half of next week. And then in other news, a couple of things have happened that our community have driven that I'm super proud of. And one of them is we got listed on CoinGecko. So after we went through the exercise of listing ourselves with CoinGecko, trying to follow up with them to no great avail, and after one of our community members I think, Logan, you just selected someone else's video feed from mine there.
I don't know why that happened. But anyway.
Okay, but anyway, so so basically our community then followed up with CoinGecko twice, and someone eventually got a hold of one of their team members, and actually, despite liquidity concerns that they had about Fry, listed us. So what I find fascinating about this is that we didn't create the liquidity, right? So other people created the liquidity. People who heard about it or got involved in the project somehow created the liquidity. The core team never created the liquidity. And I mean, obviously, anyway. So the liquidity was created, the listing happened, and the listing was followed up all by community members, and I find that incredibly cool. The fact that it's almost like the DAO has made DAO decisions without even yet being deployed to the mainnet, which I think is absolutely ridiculously cool.
No, it's cool, and it's necessary too. I mean, a big goal is to get the community to be autonomous, and then once we get governance up, then of course the community will, the Fry holder network, we should say, will have control over the funds directly. But that alone wouldn't mean much if there's not much of a community sort of hive mind. So it's great to see that kind of stuff spin up.
Yeah.
Hello, Macro CRG. Good to see you here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well, see you. I can't see you exactly, but
Macro CRG you here.
Skulk is great for shit puns.
I prefer dad jokes. I'm not a dad, but I'm like at the age now where they seem to come biologically. Anyway, so we I had a really great conversation with Macro CRG as well. We now have more than one very active community member that we didn't have to go generate or chase down or promise money or anything to this effect, which I find very, very cool as well. And I really want to see what happens as the situation keeps scaling. Our new website is up, which I must say I think is crazy sexy. I mean, really, I would be embarrassed by my own stuff if it wasn't very well done, but this is incredibly well done. And then also in the works, we have contacted one of the guys who does an awful lot of videos for the crypto community. And hopefully in the next few weeks, we will have one or two really, really cool videos out for Foundry as well, that I think is pretty cool. I specifically mentioned this stuff since a lot of the community members have been asking us about what the marketing activities are and stuff like that. At the moment, we sort of have certain internal goals of making one decent video and 2 decent articles a week. But at the same time, what we're also doing is we're sort of we're seeing what actually catches fire and has its own momentum. And so far, some of that seems to be, getting listed in places, participating in crypto Twitter, and cultivating our little cult in Telegram. So those seem to be good avenues that we're following at the moment. So yeah, so more of that stuff will be incoming over the next few weeks.
Cool. Shall I demo what I've been building here?
Yes. Yeah, but basically, I think if you just give us an architectural overview of just the two major parts of the governance that that need to be in place for our DAO to be a true DAO, and which part this is like the beginning of.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you mean by two parts exactly, but for governance, we essentially need to get votes from FRI holders into proposals that trigger some Ethereum transaction. And what I'm working on right now is it doesn't exactly take the votes in. Well, it's not on chain. It's just, we call it sentiment voting. So it will let us start polls and get an idea of what the community thinks, and it'll be based on the FRI balance. So well, I might as well just start the demo now. I think it'd be easier to explain.
Well, basically, if I can just quickly jump in there, the thing is there are two places where the DAO makes decisions, right? So the one is off chain and the other one is on chain. And the thing is that the higher the gas prices climb, the more expensive on chain voting will become, right? So the idea is that if we generate off chain, if we can gauge sentiment incredibly well off chain before a vote ever has to be passed on chain, then the probability of the vote succeeding once it's on chain is considerably higher.
Right. And so in practice, this would look like if we have we do have a forum. You could go on the forum. I don't think there's much activity on there right now, but you could go on the forum and talk to other FRI holders and get a sense of like, okay, if I make this proposal, everyone's going to support it, and then that's what that off-chain sentiment actually looks like. So yeah, and what I'm working on is just another sort of tool to get some off-chain sentiment.
Yes.
Okay, let me do the demo here. Okay, so very basic here, but I'm just going to change my MetaMask here. So this little face guy here, that will change depending on your address. It's the same face that's used on Smoke Signal. Ultimately, that will be displayed here as well, so you can see who voted for what. And the way this works is if I want to vote, should we promote Skulk to lead Monkey Boy? I'm very enthusiastic about it. I can go here. MetaMask will ask me for a signature, so you can see what you're signing here. Again, this is off-chain, so this is just generating a signature. When I sign this, this is sent to a server. And you can see that All Hell Yes has now jumped to 2. Now this, under the hood, this is actually tracking the address. And then the next thing I want to do is actually go and pull from Ethereum how much FRI you have. So ultimately, this won't just be a number of users. It will be an amount of FRI expressed as a percentage here. So yeah, pretty basic demo here, but that's what I've been working on. A lot of the infrastructure is here. Yeah, so I think the next thing I'll do is just display the percentage of FRI that voted for each option, and then prettify it a bit after that. So yeah, short demo. Any questions from anyone?
Well, there's again, like there's a bit of backend infrastructure going on here, and obviously this is going to evolve considerably. And at the moment, it doesn't look like much, but we'll be giving this through to V4Visuals at some point, and then they will come back with something that's hopefully as sexy as our website is. I just want to point out as well that obviously, like in the fuller version of this, anybody will be able to initiate a poll, and then the FRI voters will be able to use this tool to actually see how they feel about the various aspects of the poll.
Right.
Very cool. Pretty decent, guys. Like what you've done there.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but I'm excited for what it'll become, and I think we're pretty close to that as well. And we'll be able to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying if you can pull in the FRI percentage, based on the total votes, that'll be cool as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm particularly excited about, because we can, at the moment, we have some idea of what the Telegram wants, although it's a fuzzy feeling, but we have no idea whether, you know, macro CRG has a lot of good ideas, but does he have, like, you know, no fry at all, or does he have a ton of fry? And then that changes how we actually interpret his opinion. And then I think it'll just generally, well, as Skalk was saying, the whole concept of coming to consensus off chain before going on chain with some vote, that's going to be useful for just individual community members, because they'll be able to use tools like this to actually gauge what does Foundry think about XYZ. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to get to that point. It'll, I guess in short, I'm excited because it'll give clarity to individuals about what Foundry as a whole thinks. So that'll be cool. Skalk, where have you gone? Skalk has abandoned us. Well, we can open it up for questions. I don't know if Skalk had anything else on the agenda.
I do want to say another quick thing there. Yeah, sorry, my neighborhood features an awful lot of people yelling directly outside of this office window. And I never really know if it's serious or not. But yeah, so basically, I don't know if you touched on that in the last 30 seconds, but one of the other things as well is that obviously the whole liquid democracy structure will feature in the sentiment polling as well. So it's a cool combination of two things. We'll actually be able to see how every fry holder feels about a thing, and we'll actually be able to see how the people with voting power in the liquid democracy feel about a thing. Right. So in other words, even if you don't have a lot of fry, and
that is quite a bit of ways off, because we still have to build a liquid democracy system, right?
Yeah. But I mean, we were talking about what it would look like, you know, as it evolves. I mean, for the time being, I agree. The only things we're really going to see is how many tokens the guys have, you know, which gives us an idea of the weight of their opinion about stuff. But the cool thing about the liquid democracy is you do get some specialization, you know, and will reflect the specialization as well. So in other words, somebody who everyone trusts to make good decisions, who might not be such a mega whale, might have a bunch of whales behind them. And then, you know, that also gives a good idea of what the expertise in the DAO think of a situation.
Right. And a related idea I wanted to share was we could do something where you have a page where it just shows the token holders by size, and then any of those token holders can go and actually put a little message there, whatever they want. So it's sort of similar to the poll, if the question is just like, what do you think about Foundry? And it's just another way to get an idea of what the personality of Foundry is, this weird conglomerate personality that we're constructing. Yeah. Anything else you want to go over, Skalk? Or is this going to be a super short demo day? We can also take questions as well.
Yeah, I think let's run into questions if anybody has anything at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, today I don't have any questions. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
I'm so disappointed. I'm not your friend anymore.
I'll have questions for you on Monday after I spend some time with Elm.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Macro, anything from your side?
Just check the chat. I think he's on keyboard comms.
Oh, yep. He's there. He is. Oh, he said he's a top 10 fry holder, but he could be lying. We won't know until we get this. Till we get some proof.
No, he's repeated it. He's repeated it to me multiple times. It must be true.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Well, all right. That's
cool.
yeah. He said that he might be lying and that due diligence is required, which already makes me trust more. So he's playing like 4D chess.
That's right.
And I sort of lost it at 1D chess. You know? Oh boy, we have a Sujoy Matthew joining us now, connecting to audio.
Yes. Yeah. So Sujoy, we just finished the demo and we opened it up for Q&A. So if you happen to have any questions right now, right out the gate.
Yeah, I think he just connected, so you can only hear us now. Sujoy, but just after the actual demo segment, so we've opened it up to Q&A now. Is there any questions you have?
He's mute.
No, he's just.
Apologies, gentlemen. Apologies, gentlemen.
Oh.
Sorry.
No worries, Sujoy.
Oh, there he is.
I missed the demo completely.
No worries.
Is there going to be a recording of this at some point somewhere?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna upload it. It'll be up within minutes after we hang up here.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I look forward to watching that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fairly
cool.
short demo. It's just the introductory part to where we are with sentiment, with off-chain sentiment voting at the moment.
Excellent, brilliant.
Well,
Okay.
I think what I'll do is I'll end the recording and then I'll just share live the demo so you can just see in case you have any questions to join.